You want me to put that on my Tudor?
Harry's wife. NFI. It's William's fault. King Charles's coronation takes place in May, and ever since he became king back in September, there has been speculation as to whether Harry and Harry's wife will be attending the coronation. Will they? Won't they? They will. They won't. Perhaps. Maybe. Invitations are out and they haven't received one. They, of course, are desperate to attend. Harry's wife, narcissism, drives her to want to be there because it is a glorious opportunity for her to assert control over lots of people by being seen there, in the same way that she commandeered Prince Philip's funeral, even though she wasn't there, by doing the hokey-cokey concerning her attendance, and then all the shenanigans with regard to the wreath. She did the same at the service of booing and the shushing of the colour, and of course with her attempts to overshadow the late Queen Elizabeth's funeral by turning up in the first place and of course engaging in her one tear left eye go behaviours. As I've explained to you before, that wherever there is a major event that it doesn't involve the narcissist, or rather it's not about them, the narcissist must ensure that attention is brought onto them, because failing to do so results in them being wounded. That's why your birthday party becomes ruined by the narcissist making a scene, because it has to be all about the narcissist. The fact that an event is in relation to someone or something else takes attention away from the narcissist, which means the narcissist is starved of fuel and is wounded, being given a reminder of a lack of importance. And therefore, the narcissism immediately kicks into action, igniting fury, in many instances, or with certain narcissists causing them to behave in a particular way to ensure that they wrest attention onto them in some shape or form, thus gaining fuel and nullifying the threat to control posed by the wounding that was previously occurring. That's why Harry's wife had to be seen at the window during the shushing of the colour to make sure it was all about her. Why she entered the service of booing, sashaying down the aisle with her rictus grin, because she was lapping up all of the fuel, notwithstanding the solemnity of the occasion. That's why she had to be seen photographed with one tear trickling down her cheek as a consequence of ensuring it was all about her at the Queen's funeral. And we've seen her engage in this behaviour over and over again. The forthcoming coronation is another excellent opportunity for her narcissism to enable her to assert control over millions of people, drink up the fuel and manage her facade, and then thereafter undoubtedly bring up the past by whinging about the way that they were purportedly treated. Nobody spoke to us. And therefore continuing the victim narrative, which will no doubt find itself in a series of boring chapters in a boring memoir. The speculation continues, however, with regard to their attendance, and this time it's something called Café Mom, whatever that is, with an article by Devon McGuinness which tells us Harry and Harry's wife haven't been invited, so that NFI, not fucking invited status, remains intact at this moment in time. Harry and Harry's wife haven't been invited to the King's coronation, and it might be William's fault. Oh, what is this development? So the status quo is NFI, but has Big Willie Styley become involved in some shape or form? It's no secret, the article tells us, that some family issues are happening with the royal family. Shit the bed, never realised that. We've seen it play out in headlines and interviews. The most recent string being the release of Prince Harry's book and the press tour that went along with it. But of course, there's been a lot of changes in the family too, starting with the passing of Queen Elizabeth and Prince Charles becoming King Charles. Now, as plans are underway for the coronation of King Charles, It seems the family drama is getting in the way. It's already been announced that the coronation of King Charles III will take place on 6th of May. Whilst that's still a few months away, the planning is already well underway, since it will be a massive event. Pretty incisive article, this, isn't it? Guest lists are being finalised, and plans are being made. But a palace insider says Prince Harry and Harry's wife have yet to be invited. And it's not clear if they will be. According to People, there's been no movement towards reconciliation. Unsurprising, because of course Harry's wife will maintain that the royal family has to apologise to her. Harry is caught up in that folie à deux and therefore follows his instructions and orders from her. And of course the royal family are taking the stance of, we'll just carry on as normal, we're not apologising to you two. And that's probably why the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have yet to be invited. A palace insider told the outlet that the invitation to attend will come. Still, a source close to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex says that invitation has yet to be extended and there has been no movement towards reconciliation. But there's a chance an invitation won't come, and Prince William might have something to do with that. Why? What has he been doing? Hanging around outside the postbox to whip it away? Earlier this month, another royal insider, not the first one, I guess, but somebody else, told People that Prince William is most upset by the allegations Prince Harry made in his book, Spare. William is the one who is most upset and needs time to calm down, the source said. He has been painted as hot-headed and unsympathetic, but I don't think he will back down. It's whether they can move beyond it and accept that they view things differently. However, it does sound like King Charles III is hopeful Harry will attend. The source told the outlet that King Charles is eager for things to calm down between his kids so they can attend. It is such a momentous occasion for Charles, and he would want his son to be at the coronation to witness it, the source said. He would like to have Harry back in the family. If they don't sort it out, it will always be part of the king's reign and how he has left his family disjointed. And that, of course, is Charles asserting control over his non-intimate secondary source, son. But it sounds like he wants Harry to go because it'll look bad if he isn't there. Of course, that is part of Charles's facade management. The source explained he has had a reputation as a distant parent, and it would be awful for him for that to continue. Prince Harry and Harry's wife have not said anything about attending the coronation. Well, they have. Harry made mention of it in his interview, but anyway. During an interview last month, Harry didn't dismiss the idea of attending his dad's coronation, so you just contradicted yourself in the same paragraph. There's a lot that can happen between now and then, but the door is always open, he said. The ball is in their court. There's a lot to be discussed, and I really hope that they're willing to sit down and talk about it. Also, it probably doesn't help that King Charles III's coronation is scheduled on the same day as Harry and Harry's wife's son Archie's birthday. Time will tell. Well, this fairly transparent article demonstrates that nobody really knows whether they'll be going or not. But it's interesting that they suggest that it's down to Prince William that's putting a spanner in the works. That, to my mind, is pure speculation. But he undoubtedly would not be pleased with the way that he was portrayed in Spare. As a normal, he has emotional empathy for his brother, but he also sees through the shenanigans of his sister-in-law very clearly, and has done so for some time, and now he's not going to brook any nonsense from those two. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.